Hi everyone, welcome back in another video. So in this video, I want to show you something that I recently created that I want to share with you, which is this authentication form. So as you can see, this is the form that I want to share with you, but the reason why I wanted to do so, because it has so many features and it's a reusable component, meaning that you're not going to get only the UI, but also some of the things like React to Form already integrated with Zod, and also many other things to make it reusable, to save time, and just focus on the most important things into the project. And if we go to the code, here, as you can see, so it is a pretty long code, and I'm going to explain everything in this code, but also I'm provided here at the top how to be able to use this actual component. So as you may know, I have this project that I'm working on called ballstack.dev. And the reason why I created this project is to be able to save time into the UI, because one of the things that really wastes me a lot of time into building a project is the UI. It takes a lot of time. So I decided to create reusable blocks. So it's not like the other blocks or the other websites. So these are real reusable components that you can use based on your needs into the project. So you will find down below the link in the description, so it's completely free to use for now. So now let's get into how to be able to use this actual component. So here, as you can see, in VS Code, I already created a project. And also one of the things that I'm providing in this website is the ability to generate boilerplates code. So if you want to, uh, this will um this will give you access, or if we go to the package.json, as you can see, so the most important libraries they will be in the package.json, so they will be installed automatically into the project. Like, because in this component, as I showed you, we're going to use React to form and Zod. So this is already in the package.json, so you don't have to install it again. So if you want to use this, so you are free to use this. So now let's get into the actual component that I want to show you. So here in the authentication section, when you click on the sign in, so go to this component and just copy this code. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to go to the components folder, and here I'm going to create a new file called form auth.tsx, and I'm going to paste the code in here. So we're having a minor issue here, so it's not a big of a deal. So we added our component in here, and I'm already running the project. So because I'm using the boilerplate generator from this website, so we'll get this simple landing page, and we're gonna be using it to show you some of the things into the with this component that I showed you. So as you can see, our project is running, and we have our components. So the first thing that I'm going to do, I'm going to create my first route, and inside the login page.tsx, and I'm going to create the page.tsx file, and I'm going to create a new component. So after this, what I'm going to do, I'm going to call the component that I just added. I'm going to save the file. So I'm going to go back to the actual website, local 3000, and I'm going to access to the login form or route that I created. So as you can see, like, we're having this component right off the bat with this really sleek and modern UI. So if I click on the create account, as you can see, we're going to have React Hook Form and Zod already integrated into this component. So if I do this and I type in more than 8 characters, and I click on create account, so we're not going to have any error. So that's a time saver. But also I'm providing some mini prompts to make sure that this is customizable or modulable, so you can get rid from some of the things. You can change, for example, the title, the icon. So I'm going to show you with the prompts that I added inside this component how to make this happen. So this is our first look of the component. Next, I want to show you how this component has been created and the logic behind it. So as you can see, I centered the component inside the login page or the login route. And also another thing that I added, I created a new route. And just to show you how this component is reusable, I created another route called the sign up. So as you can see, they are the same, but as I'm going to show you after showing you all the prompts, how to easily make this for the sign up route. So let's go back to our VS Code, and now we're going to go to the component itself. And so I'm not going to share with you all the logic because that's going to take a lot of time, but the most important thing that I want to show you is the prompts. So as you can see, I'm using heavily TypeScript. So I think that you can't create a reusable component without TypeScript to make it robust and type safe. So here we're having the first element, which is the class name. So to be able to actually change some of the things in the UI, especially this card, you can change it from the prompt if you want to. So that's why I created the class name property here. We're having the second one, the button element, which is an object of two elements, the text and the attributes. So the text is of type string, and the attributes has this type, meaning that we can get access to the all native HTML button elements, and you will see why we did so. Also, we're having another object called the URLs that has all of these elements to actually add the route for the actual links that we're having in here. So all you have to do is just to provide these routes and you are ready to go. So I made sure that I'm providing so many prompts so you don't have to access to the component and change it by yourself. So to actually save time and focus on your main core features of your project. And also we're having the show terms agreement. So it's type Boolean because probably maybe you don't want to actually show this, so you can be able to actually use this prompt to enable it or to hide it or make it visible. And this is what I think it's going to be a time saver, especially when you are using this component for the login and the sign up. So this auth form. So when you choose the sign in, actually it's going to change many things like the title, like the name of the button, and also this. So you will see this once we start working or using this component. We're having the app name, the icon app. So these are basically are going to change this part. And also we're having the email and the password as string. So to be able to actually make this component controllable from the parent component, so we need to provide the state to be able to save whatever that we are typing on. And also, of course, we're having the on email change and the on password change and the on submit function to be able to actually submit the button. So all of this, you will see it into this video, how to actually use this component. And finally here, as you can see, we are creating our form schema. And also here at the top of the auth form, as you can see, we are going to actually um, access to the, so we're going to deconstruct our object into the prompt of the component to be able to access to all of the elements that we actually defined in the auth prompt auth form prompts, sorry. So this is basically how this form works. I wanted just to show you the prompts. So before we move on, how to be able to use this actual component. So now the next thing that I want to show you, like in the login page and in the sign up page, as you can see, they are the same. So one thing that I'm going to do, or the first prompt that I'm going to be using, so I'm in the login route, and here I'm going to use this auth form prompt, and I'm going to use the sign in, and I'm going to save the file, of course, and also I'm going to do the same thing for the uh, sign up route, and here I'm going to choose the sign up. And if I go back to the actual website, as you can see, we're having some of the things has been changed automatically. So we're having now the welcome back text instead of create an account. And also we're having the access account button instead of create account. We're having here continue with, but here on the create account or the sign up page, we're having or sign up with. And also we're having this has been changed. So we're having by signing into an account, you agree to also the name. So also when we are going to start using the name of the or changing the name of the component, this also it's going to change. But here in the sign up route, we're having by creating an account. And finally, this also is going to be updated. It's not like this one for the login route. So just by one prompt, you can be able to actually save or change this, so you don't have to actually change the elements inside the component, which is a time saver. And another prompt that I'm going to show you here is the app name. So I'm going to just type test app. So again, we're going to go back to the sign up route. And here, as you can see, we're having the test app here in our component. And another prompt that I want to show you is the button element. So as I showed you, the button element has two elements. It has the text. So I'm going to add uh, new name just to the sake of showing you how this is working. So as you can see, we're going to have our text has been changed. Another prompt that I want to show you is to be able to actually hide this whole thing in here. So here we're having the show terms agreement, and I'm gonna type in false, and let's go back. And as you can see, it has been hidden. And also, um, another thing that I want to show you is to actually, for example, if you don't want one of these elements in here or the social authentication buttons, so all you have to do, so we're gonna go to the auth buttons, and I'm gonna, for example, let's choose Apple, and here in the Apple, so we're having another object that has these three elements, and I'm gonna say uh, false. And let's save the file, and let's go back. So as you can see, we don't have the Apple button. So as you may see, this component is highly reusable. And I'm going also to show you how to be able to actually use this component in a real project. For example, when the user wants to create an account or want to actually log in. And also another thing that I want to show you how this highly reusable, so you can be able to actually use it in a dialog window if you want to. So if the user wants to click, for example, so let's go back to our main page. If you want to add a new button called the sign in, the sign up, and you click on it, you can be able to actually get the same actual component in a window as I'm going to show you. So now I'm going to actually show you how to use this form in a real situation. So I'm gonna add my email field, and also I'm gonna add a password like this, and I'm gonna click on continue. So as you can see, we're having this notification and we're having this success message, and while loading, also this has been disabled. And if we actually go to our console log, so as you can see, we're having our data in this object, meaning that this form is successfully used. And let's go back to the actual code to show you what I did to make this uh, as you saw. So the first thing that I did, so we are working inside the login route. So of course I need to create these states. So this, as I explained, so the AuthForm component could be controlled from the print component, and you can provide the email and the password state as I showed you inside the actual component, inside the prompts, all the prompts of the component. So we are creating our states as you can see, and then we're going to link these states to the actual prompts of the component. So the email is going to be linked to the email state, and the same for the password. And to actually update the state, what we're going to do, we're going to use the on password change function, and here we're going to use this function here, and inside of it, we're going to use the set password to update the password parameter. So the same thing that we did for the on email change. And also finally, we're having the on submit function. And this, as you can see, we're using the toast. So we're going to use I use the toast hot toast hot library, and this library also this library you can create a promise in this library, so you can be able to actually have this loading state. And here, when it is loading, so we're going to show the submitting text. When it is success, we're going to show this. Otherwise, we're going to show the error. And we're going to use the mock submit function. So this mock submit function, as you can see, it is a promise that's going to return an object of success, which is of type Boolean. And then we're going to create a new promise, and we're going to set the is loading as true. And then we're going to use the set timeout. So after 2 seconds, then this is going to be actually executed. So this is the overall use of this component. So now let's get into the prompts and how we use them to be able to actually get the results that we had that I showed you. So as you can see here in the auth buttons prompt, I disabled the uh, Apple button, and also the auth form, it is set to sign in. So the button elements, so we're using the text and the attributes, and this is why I added the attributes property. So for the text, it's going to be based on the is loading. So if it is true, we're going to use the please wait text. Otherwise, we're going to use the continue. And also inside the attributes, so we're going to access to the disable property inside the HTML or the native HTML button elements, and it's going to be based on the is loading. So if it is true, we're going to disable this, otherwise it's going to be set to false. And also in the URLs, so I added the URLs. So if we click on the privacy link. So as you can see at the bottom, we're going to be headed towards this route. So all I had to do is just to add it in here. And also for the sign up footer link, so it's going to be, so this is the actual link. And if I click on here, so as you can see, I'm gonna be headed towards the sign up route. All I had to do is just to provide this prompt. And and these are the prompts that I already explained to make sure that this form is working. So as you can see, like just by doing this, so if you want to do this by yourself, it's going to take you a lot of time, especially if you are doing it over and over again. So all you have to do just to actually use this component and provide these prompts, and you are ready to go. And one last thing that I want to show you is how you can use this component in a dialog, for example, and we are going to use it with ShadCN. So when I click on the Get Started, as you can see, we can be able to access to the component like this, so you don't have to create a new route. And to make things easier to the user, you can just actually add this component into a dialog component like using ShadCN, and you are ready to go. And as you can see, everything is still working. So when I click on the continue, as you can see, we're having the same logic that I created that I just created. And also another thing that I didn't show you, it supports the dark mode since we're using ShadCN. So as you can see, so you don't have to add anything. So the actual color of the card is going to be changed accordingly. So to share with you very quickly how I did so, if you want to know how to do this. So the first thing that I did, I created this new folder or this new file, sorry, authdialog.jsx. And here what I did, the logic remains the same. So the only thing that I added is the actual tags from ShadCN. So we need to import all of these elements. And as I said, so we are using this boilerplate generator from BallStack because it has also ShadCN components already installed, so something that I didn't mention. And to make sure that this actual form, it's gonna actually look like this. So what I did inside the dialog content, I added the padding 0 pixel and the width fit content, and the dialog header, it's going to be hidden. And then I used the AuthForm component with the same prompts that I showed you. So, and as you can see, it is working as expected. And this, as I said, it's going to be a time saver. So I don't have to create and recreate this component. And on top of this, you have Zod and React Hook form already integrated.